Okay. Everything you need to attract your custom leads, in 15 steps. It actually requires 50 steps. We counted. It requires 50 steps to get from leads to close in our full system. But 35 of those steps are done for you on the back end. So that's all the technical aspects necessary to get it to work. But these 15 steps are more done with you because these steps involve the customization that creates your custom lead generation engine. Okay. So let's say we get on a call, we present our offer, we decide to sign up together to work together. The first thing that we'll request from you is professional headshots, if you have, right? And I should say also that anything here that you don't have, we'll build for you. We have AI, we have basically access to all of the latest software all the time. That's what we're constantly working on if we're not working on fulfilling for our clients. So if we don't have any of these things, or if you don't have any of these things, we'll build them for you. That being said, we request your headshots, and that's mainly for lead communication and seamlessness. So, your leads see your custom ads, they fill out your questionnaires, they get the steps on what next to do, they start getting communication, text messages and emails. You want those to also have some seamlessness, some continuity from them being on the platform, then ending up on your web page, and then now being inside of their phone. So you want a headshot, or a high-res logo to accompany your communications, especially your initial communication, so that you can continue on the rapport that you started to build with compelling them in the first place with the ad, to stop scrolling or to find out more about what it is that you're offering, right? So if you have headshots, high-res logo, we'll take that, and this is essentially your branding, right? You're establishing the idea that your leads have when they interact with you, what to expect, the professionalism, the level of quality. So that starts here, and then you carry that on through the relationship that you have with your leads that you turn into clients or policyholders, whatever the case. The next thing that we'll get or will acquire or request is a booking calendar, right? So our CRM integrates with the calendar so that when leads are booked, they book and integrate into your calendar. So it shows up, you get notifications, you get reminders. So if you don't use a calendar, we'll get you a calendar. If you already use a calendar, we'll integrate that calendar if we can into the CRM. Either way, you're gonna have a calendar so that you're organized in terms of the meetings that you have with your leads. Next is a business website. We'll ask if you have any business sites or any past ads or any content, because these are good because they have a lot of information, generally speaking, and we can pull from those. So when we create your scripts for your ads, your VSLs, the outgoing, like the outreach, the SMS and email outreach to your clients, so we can do lead education. All of this is useful in terms of building your apparatus, building your presence, so that when the lead interacts with your ads and then comes through into your page or answering your questions, they feel a sense of consistency, which breeds trust, which allows for rapport to start at a higher level than just a cold call. Okay. Then the next thing that we would handle or request is selfies. So we want selfies from you, roughly 5, right? Roughly front, left, right, up, down, just enough to create a digital twin or an AI twin or an AI avatar of yourself that at the very least looks similar to you. And also we'll take a 1-minute voice recording so that essentially we have an in-house AI film studio, right? And so we use this to turn out your custom advertising, right? And again, we use the content, plus we'll work with you on calls to build out the scripts of what your ads say, what your VSL, your video sales letter, which is on your landing page, what that says. But here is the foundation of the customization of your ads, which is the anchor, of the whole leads to close custom system, right? You're drawing people who are compelled to work with you, who are excited to work with you, who have high intent to work with you in order to solve whatever their issue is, which happens to be your business to solve, whether it be insurance or anything else. And then next, we'll build for you, if you don't already have, a Facebook Business Manager. Business Manager. And what that is essentially a Facebook business profile, if you will, or Facebook business account. It's probably close to it. But essentially your ads are run out of the back end of Facebook, which is the Facebook Business Manager. If you don't have this, then we'll build it for you. And if you do have it, then we integrate it with our CRM, of which you'll have a sub-account, right? So you're starting to see the picture here, what your leads will see once they cross the threshold of answering your questions on your custom landing page, any content you have, creating your AI ads, the foundation of it, custom AI ads, and then also starting to form basically the infrastructure of the communication that happens with your leads once they come into the CRM, right? So that you run an ad through Business Manager, comes into the CRM sub-account, where we're able to, among other things, integrate book calls and then do outreach, okay? So far. Next, we'll get you a CRM phone number. So you can think of this as basically like a lead generation engine phone number. It's attached to the CRM for, again, continuity. All of their automated text messages, calls, emails come out of the same CRM. So we get you one with a similar or the same area code as your phone, and you're able to communicate with your leads through this number if you want. Also with your personal, or if you have a business cell phone, that's fine, but it's better to be consistent if you can in terms of your lead communication, especially establishing that relationship. Then the next thing is a custom business URL or business domain, if you will. So again, if we requested a business website and you don't have one, that's not a problem. We'll get you a business domain and we'll build a landing page on the business domain. If you don't have a business domain or don't want a business domain, that's fine. We have an in-house domain that we can basically lend to you, and you can use that one. It'll be fine. But this is also important because this can be used as essentially like your digital business card, if you will. So, if you go to yourcustomleadsinsurance.com and it ends up at your landing page, that's just as good as a lead that comes in from Facebook, right? Or Instagram. Okay. Next, we'll have you download the CRM app. That way you can integrate or interact with your leads via the CRM on the go as well, right? Mobile. At this point, even me personally, most of my correspondence with clients and with leads is through the app on my phone. It's not even at the desktop. So that's really good because now you have essentially an extra business phone number and email that you can move around with and interact with your leads immediately as soon as they come in, and you have, all the information they filled out. Next, we have you at this point, this is a few weeks in, right? Once we got through to these steps, let's say business account, business sites, women in business recording. Once we get this stuff, it takes, let's say, generally about a week. So let's say, 2 weeks in, let's call it. 2 weeks in from initial sign on to work together. Now, we need your approval for the AI ads because they're already done. Right? So at this point, we have the dialogue that the AI ads will be saying, the information they'll be saying. We'll have the selfies and the women are recording so it looks and sounds similar to you. And we can look at it and decide if we need to augment anything, decide if everything makes sense. We're not saying anything that isn't true or that isn't in accord with your brand, with what you're expecting or what you want your leads to expect. And then from there, we approve them. After that, we sit down and document and structure your offer. That's meant to help you increase your close rate by structuring the conversation that you have with your leads. Not in a rigid way, but putting it in a framework so you can have the conversation over and over again and know when you need to hit a touch point, know when you need to let the lead talk, lead explain, know when you need to reframe, put things in proper context so that the decision can be made with clarity, right? So we structure and document that. So it's something we can go back to, iterate, get better, measure, turn it into simple steps that are repeatable so that we can get better at actually executing those individual steps and then overall increasing our sales, right? Okay. Then next we have, at this point, we'll do the AI test call. That's where we'll actually sit down and have your AI assistant call you so that you can go through the experience that your leads will go through when they pick up a call from the AI assistant and go through the process of verifying, qualifying, booking, what have you. And then finally, we're ready to launch. So these 15 steps are the done with you steps that sit inside of the 50 steps that are done for you, 35 steps of the 50 steps that are done for you, so that you get everything you need to attract your custom leads. And really, the whole point of this is to attract more sales, right? So we take your headshots, high-res logo. If you don't have, we build it for you. Booking calendar, if you don't have, we get it for you. Business sites, if you don't have, we get it for you. Any past content, if you don't have, it's not a problem. We'll create new content with the ads and VSLs that we do have. Selfies, 1 minute recording of your voice so that the custom ad that we build for you, or the custom ads, the suite of ads that we build for you, look like and sound like you, sound similar to you. Facebook Business Manager and CRM sub-account set up so that we can organize and have an organized way of collecting the leads as they come in and then engaging with them. CRM phone number, so we're able to engage with them in a consistent, seamless way. Custom business URL and domain, which is, essentially your, let's call it a digital business card, among other things. But it's a landing place where you have now taken the lead out of the marketplace, out of the latency, the latent understanding that they have a need, which is why they stopped scrolling or they stopped to look at the ad on social media, and now we're focused. So now is an opportunity to explain and to give them the opportunity to explain for themselves through the questionnaire that's also on the landing page, and then, encourage us to make our first contact. Then we have you download the app so you can do this on the go, of course. Then you approve the AI ads before we start to run them. Then we document the structure of the conversation that we have with the client or with the leads that we turn into clients. Then we do the AI test call so you fully understand the experience that your lead has, which gives you a better idea and a better feel for their level of intent and what they've gone through in order to get into the position to be contacted to have a conversation to solve their problem. And then finally we launch. Okay? This is everything you need to attract your custom leads and more sales. More sales in 15 steps with us, and we are Artist Age Leads, and we help you attract more sales. So yeah, book a call. Let's talk. Let's understand what your issues are. Yes, it's getting more leads, but what about the situation isn't working that you've tried before, so that we get a better understanding of how we can provide the offer for you. If it's one of these pieces, if it's some other piece, let's find out, let's figure out, and let's solve the lead generation problem, because until that problem is solved, that's the biggest problem. And then once that problem is solved, we can solve all the other problems.